Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank the following coaches: Coach Dave, my dad, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Marshall, and Mrs. Dugan for helping us, the 8th grade, have a spectacular season this year in track. We all had a lot of fun throwing the shot put and javelin with Mr. Marshall, jumping into the sand with Miss Dugan at the long jump, doing crazy agility courses with Mr. Rogers, and setting personal bests on the track with Coach Dave. We are very fortunate to have such great coaches. All the coaches made us better at our strengths, improved our weaknesses, and encouraged us to do events we haven't even done before. I am pleased to move on to high school knowing how much I accomplished here at St. Vincent's.
Okay, it's track season. So, we gotta do this the right way. I got my timer. Presenters, take your mark, set, go. Alright, so I also coach cross country, but a few different coaches, so I wanted to also thank my assistant coaches. Sean already mentioned them. Mr. Rogers, George Rogers, and his wife Jane was also all there. Kevin Marshall, Paula Dugan. We wouldn't have had a great team without you guys, especially in the field events. We really had a great field event year this year. Usually we do well in the track events. This year, both were really good. We had an interesting year this year. We had about 6 meets. We actually were uninvited to one. Not at our fault, just too many teams. We had one cut short due to thunder and lightning, and we actually held one entire meet in the rain. The rain before, during, and after the meet. That was a new one for me. That's experience, a memory, and hopefully the kids will take these memories and, like, remember that meet we ran all through the rain? That was so cool. So, like I said, we did really good this year. Usually we finish in the top third of teams. Like I said, 20-team invitational meet we went to. We finished number 3. That was the first man Union Catholic. That was awesome. I couldn't believe it. I'm looking down the list on the bottom list. Where are we? We're 3rd. Holy cow. That was awesome to see. I'd like to also congratulate and thank the Apuzos and bands for populating the teams with 3 fine athletes. Which brings me to a topic that I think Sean already addressed. Jim, Michelle, Sean, Beth, Bob, and Teresa. Come on, I need some Galax. I can't have a track team without Galax. Okay, so now on to the 8th grade presentation. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, first up, Bobby Deportier. Hey, Paula. Come on up. Give me a hand presenting. There you go. That's done. So, good. Although he's been in school since he was small, you can believe it. This is Bobby's first year with the track and field team. It took me and the other coaches a couple of years to finally convince him to join. So what happens his first meet? He wins the shot put. I mean, this is against 20 teams at the Union Catholic meet. He comes out first in his first year. That was awesome. So, I know what you're going to be doing next year at Furnace High. And track. You can do it. You can do that. Next up, Ian Hall. So Ian had an awesome track and field season this spring. We discovered that Ian likes to throw things. He medaled in both shot put and the turbo jab. Everybody knows what a turbo jab is, right? It's not a real javelin. It's like about this big. It's plastic. It's really blunt tip. Right. He threw that thing 133 feet, which is 20 feet ahead of second place. Awesome. And as Coach Murray pointed out, he does well at the sprinting events also. He scored 2 or 3 times at each meet he attended, and I'm sure we'll be reading about him in high school sports about Watchung Hills. He scored so many points that he earned the MVP for the team. Next up, Jack Lazar. Jack carried over his positive attitude from cross country. Even if he wasn't sure he wanted to run the mile, he did so without complaining too much. Although Jack, once in a while, he's a bit nonchalant at times. A couple seasons ago, it was the Watchung Hills meet. And before his mile race, I found him in the bleachers having a nice big sandwich. I said, Jack, what are you doing? You're going to be running the mile soon. He said he was hungry. That's Jack. Jeremiah Sullivan. Jeremiah surprised me this year. I wasn't sure what event he would be good at this year. He was always good at the shot put, and he did consistently finish in the top 4. But this spring, he has begun developing into a pretty good 800-meter runner. That's a half mile to you other people. He really puts a lot of effort into his training. He never complains about the practice routines. And he's got a really fun attitude. It's really contagious to the rest of the team. He's a quiet leader, and he's very respectful to the coaches and to the other teammates. This season's Coach's Award goes to Jeremiah Sullivan. Sean Duglitis.
Yes, Sean.
Well, Sean, this is it. You've been running track since 3rd grade. You placed in every league race you ran, except the one you bombed because you only had 15 minutes of rest after winning the mile. But we weren't thinking about that one. And you really contributed to the success of the team over all those years. It's not going to be the same without you next year. I won't see you leading the stretches or hearing your voice instructing the younger runners. You're a good role model for them. You conducted yourself with a lot of respect, authority, while having fun and enjoying the track and field experience. I hope you carry this experience into high school, where it gets even better. Thank you for 6 exciting years. Mark, come on up, Mark. Mark Bella. So this is Mark's first year here. Didn't know what to expect. It was awesome. He really found his event, the 800-meter race, which is perfectly suited for him. He's got great focus to concentrate on strategy to last the entire race, a long stride to burn up less energy. You should see his stride. You take 1 stride, and our younger kids, they take 3. And he's got good sprinting ability to finish off the race when it's a close one. He's also been good this year in the shot put and the turbo jab. Can you say decathlon? So, guys, thank you for a really great year. You were fun to...
Yeah.
What? Sophia, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, get up here, Sophia. Come on, Sophia. Thanks, guys. You got my back. All right, Sophia. She's got the distinction of being the only 8th grader who's been on the cross-country team since cross-country. Yeah. That was last year. No, I got it. No, I got this. Is a good one. For Sophia, I have a quote. It's by Jacqueline Garreau, a multi-marathon winner. The body does not want you to do this. Run, it tells you to stop, but the mind must be strong. You always go too far for your body. You must handle the pain with strategy. It is not age, it is not diet, it is the will to succeed. And in Sophia's case, the will to finish. During a meet, she fell in the first 30 seconds of her mile race, got up, kept going, and finished the race about 15 seconds off her desired time. Nothing was or will stop Sophia from succeeding. Sophia's been great. So I want you to have a great time in high school. Remember all your training here. And don't forget, we got one more meet. Yeah. Practice Friday. Yes. Wednesday. All right, thank you, everybody.